you're about to find out with some improvisation and witty banter. You'll have no doubt that, yes, there really is an answer. Kalamazoo.
Welcome to the show, everyone. It's me, Dan Seitzma. I am going to be your host tonight for Yes, There Really Is an Answer. And don't you worry, Bannon Backus is just fine. Actually, he's a contestant tonight. I know, we decided to mix it up a little bit, and Bannon is going to be a contestant, and I am your host for the show. So I'm super excited. This has been a lot of fun to produce, and I got to be a contestant once, and that was a blast. So really fun to be sort of on the other side of things as the host of the show. So yes, if this is your first time to Yes, There Really Is an Answer game show, this is how it goes. We've got the best improvisers in Kalamazoo that will be joining us as contestants, and then they will be playing characters when we get started with the show. So hope everyone's doing great out there in the Crawlspace Theatre production universe, and all our fans are keeping safe and healthy. And another shout out to the essential workers right now. We really appreciate everything that you're doing to keep us going and keep things as normal as possible. So people have been spending a ton of time on social media because of, can't go as many places and all that stuff. So I got to thinking, boy, there seems to be an uptick in all the brain teasers that I see on my Facebook feed. Just constantly these little brain teasers that come up. So I thought, why not share some of my favorite brain teasers that I've come across of late? Try them out. It's going to be tough because you can't see them and you can't really jot things down because I'm going to say them kind of quick. But this was a favorite of mine. If 1 equals a jackalope and 34 equals Jason Statham, what does 76 equal? Yep, you got it. Marmaduke the dog. You're right. I hope you got that one. That was fun. Here's another one. Sally has a 10-speed bike and travels to her Pokemon Go loving friend Candace's house. Candace's dad manages an olive garden. What color are Sally's shoes? Yeah, I know. Think about it. Trick question. She's wearing gloves for shoes. Yeah, I know. Interesting. Think about it. Get into it a little bit. Okay, this is the last one, I promise. And then we'll get to our awesome contestants. A balloon flies north for 7 hours. The wind shifts and takes it east for 9 hours. Finally, the balloon lands on a cactus and pops. What was the balloon made out of? Yup. You guessed it. Jason Statham. That's right. Okay, well, hope you enjoyed those little brain teasers. We're going to get to the wonderful contestants that we have tonight on the show. So I want to introduce to you people that need no introduction. They're returning fans or returning contestants. We got Bannon Backus and Joel Schneck. What's up, guys?
Hey. My brain is fried after those teasers.
Yeah, I know. Weren't those something?
I did not expect the Jason Statham balloon.
You never see Jason Statham coming. He's so quick. Well, how you guys doing? You holding up okay?
Holding up okay. It's hot out there.
Absolutely. It is. Loving the heat.
Yeah, it's a hot heat is what I've found it to be. So tonight we're going to be chatting with you guys and getting to know the characters that you're going to choose. But first, we want to check in with you. So I'm wondering, during the pandemic, what I'd love to know, Bannon and Joel, what the worst thing is that you've watched on television, streaming, or whatever, and then the best thing that you've watched. Okay, Bannon, go.
Well, I hope I'm not breaking any rules by doing it this way, but I actually have the same answer for both, and that answer is Tiger King.
Oh, you got sucked in.
Yeah, I did get sucked in, and part of the reason why I think it's the worst thing is because I feel so horrible about having been sucked in, and not knowing exactly why I was watching something that made me want to take a shower afterward or during. Maybe I kept a bucket and gave myself a sponge bath during. I won't go that far to say, but yeah.
Okay. I don't think you're alone on that kind of analysis of it. So yeah, I think you're in good company. Joel, what about you?
Oh, the best thing, I'm going to go a little more traditional and actually have two selections.
Okay.
The best one, I'll start with the best. I always want to start with the best.
Okay.
Ozark season 3.
It was good.
Oh,
I agree.
That was great. Love Jason Bateman.
Yep.
Great ending. Actually, I knew
he's my second favorite Jason.
Oh, nice. Friday the 13th. Number one.
It's a secret, Joel.
Or stay thumb. Worst thing I saw. Yeah. Oh, please tell me. Call Me by Your Name. One of the worst movies ever made. Haven't heard of it? There's a reason.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a reason.
Wow.
Chris Chamelet something. Apparently he's my daughter said, we have to watch this. It's got Timothy Chalamet in it. And even she was like, this is the worst.
Wow.
Thing
Oh, that's too bad.
Seen. So if someone asks you to watch that, tell them, don't call me.
Okay. But what's the name of it again?
Yeah. Oh, really?
Call me
by your name.
Call Me by Your Name. Okay.
Call Me by Your Name. Now, if you like movies that don't have dialogue, long, meaningless still shots, that would be good in a museum, maybe not so good in a movie. This could be the show for you. Okay,
great. I'll just give my quick worst thing that I've watched. That would be Last Blood, the final installment of the Rambo movies. Hopefully it's the last installment. Garbage, complete garbage. It's basically revenge pornography, and you can't understand anything Sylvester Stallone says throughout the movie. So, thumbs down on Last Blood.
So
there might be one more left, though, right? Like the one where he has to escape from the nursing home.
Right.
Yeah.
We should leave the door open for that one.
There's got to be a younger relative, right?
I would love to see him make like lethal booby traps out of nursing home equipment. That would be pretty sweet. That would be kind of cool. All right. Well, let's get to the game. Let's first see who our characters are going to be. So, Bannon, the characters that I have for you, 3 options as usual.
Okay.
1, an old antique dealer with secrets. 2, an overzealous Sasquatch hunter. Or 3, a guy who keeps getting distracted by a blister on his hand.
Oh, man. And I didn't give you anything.
Do I know you or do I know you?
You do. So these are gifts. Thank you. I'm definitely going to be the antique dealer with secrets.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Excellent choice. Choice. All right. And we have Dan Prajko behind the scenes helping us with the tech. So he'll be entering that information in so that everybody knows who is playing who. All right, Joel.
Should I give my name?
Oh, yes. What name is the antique dealer with secrets?
Roger Bingo.
Roger Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's great. Okay. Roger Bingo is an antique dealer with secrets. Okay, Joel, you have the option of a 30-year roadie with the band Journey.
Oh.
Okay. Or number 2, an overzealous. Oh, sorry. Wrong list. Sorry. Number 2, a guy who thinks everything in life connects back to the Matrix movies. Or 3, a puma.
Oh, gotta be a roadie.
Oh, you're going with the roadie.
Oh,
I hope I didn't paint you into that corner, but that'll be great.
I mean, you really, actually, you could have just stopped at the first one, though. You had me at roadie, as they say.
I knew you're a music fan, so all right. So what's the roadie's name?
The roadie's name is Dirt McGarrett.
That's awesome. Mick Garrett. That's sweet. I'd buy a t-shirt from him. All right. So we have Dirt McGarrett, the 30 longtime roadie. Doesn't have to be 30 years. Longtime roadie of the band Journey, known for such classics as Wheels in the Sky, Don't Stop Believin', so many. Faithfully, so many. All right. Well, let's get to it. And let's get ready for our first question. And our first question is going to go to Roger. Roger, this is your first time on a live stream, is that correct?
First time on a computer. I usually work on an Underwood typewriter, and that has no screen. No screen.
Sure they don't. Well, thanks for logging on tonight for the show, and we're gonna have a really good time because we're gonna explore Kalamazoo a little bit with some fun trivia questions.
Well, I look forward to it, and I don't mean to be rude, but I do hope that we can do it expeditiously, because I do have an estate sale that I need to get to. It's 2 days from now, but I want to be first in line.
Well, it sounds like you know a lot about old things, so I think you might have an advantage here on Yes, There Really Is an Answer. So let's get to our first question for Roger. In 1924, Carolyn Bartlett Crane won the Better Homes in America contest for her home design that she described as a home built around a
bathroom.
Well, ruminate a little bit. What's your process? You think that a good home should be built around a bathroom? Is that correct?
Yes. I mean, it is known as the throne, right?
Sure.
And
the porcelain god, if you will.
Absolutely. And I happened to know for a fact that the fad in 1924 was to build homes around toilets. It was known as the bowl around a bowl.
Wow. Interesting. Well, Roger, we may be getting different information because that is incorrect. I'm afraid that the answer to the question is a home built around a mother. Oh. Yes, around a mother. And just FYI, the house ended up being built and is still near the top of Westnedge Hill. It's still in existence. You can check it out on your way up the big hill.
Will they be having an estate sale soon?
I imagine they've probably had a few.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Well, thanks, Roger. We're moving on to our next contestant, Dirt McGarrett. Thanks for taking time off the road. I understand you've been you were traveling for a long time, but COVID's got the journey of Journey shut down.
Yeah, the journey's kind of quiet, but it's been quite a journey, I'll tell you that. And I had to say, Roger, I was sure your answer was right, because I mean, some of my favorite, when we can finally get in, some of those really good places where when we're on the road, and you find those crane toilets. Oh man,
I love a good crane toilet.
Oh, those are the Cadillacs for my behind. Oh yeah.
I could sit on a crane toilet and leaf through a 1937 issue of National Geographic all day.
And who couldn't? All right, Dirt, we're really glad that you're here, and we've got a question for you. Question number 2 is coming right at you, and that is, the Kalamazoo Blank Company used to use the popular slogan, "From Kalamazoo, direct to you." What company was that?
Oh yeah, I remember. Stevie liked to order from them, and
Sure.
I mean, that was one of the things I had to do. But man,
You got to keep the band happy, don't you, Dirt?
That's the number one thing I got to do. And so, I mean, there were a lot of errands, if you know what I mean, bringing stuff in. Yeah, I'm gonna say
making sure everyone was taken care of. Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Envelope Company, if I recall correctly. They Steve and the band, they like to write a lot of letters to their fans. So
they got
Kalamazoo's known for paper. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Well, that's a good guess, and I really appreciate your effort, Dirt, but that unfortunately is incorrect. That was actually the Kalamazoo Stove Company. Stove is the word that we were looking for. And fun fact, thousands around the country became familiar with the name Kalamazoo because of that famous slogan. So learning a little something on Yes, There Really Is an Answer. And
Mr. Seitzma.
Yes. What is it, Mr. Bingo?
If you don't mind, business is calling. Dirt, do you have any signed letters from Journey that perhaps I could feature in my store and take a percentage of in a sale?
It's funny that you mentioned that. I may have neglected to mail some of those letters with the intent to distribute autographed paper for possible return of monetary or other favors. And the COVID has interrupted that the journey of distribution. So I find myself with a wealth of those. We may have some talking to do. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's. I see a partnership here.
We'll do it offline.
Bringing people together. That's what we do here. This is fun. All right, we're going to move on to question 3, and that's going to be for Roger. Here we go. This is a fun one. It's a bit of a dark one, but I think it's interesting. In 1879, Charles Guiteau gave a talk at the First Baptist Church of Kalamazoo. What president did Guiteau later assassinate in 1881? Ooh, this is a little dark, but boy, is that interesting.
This is very dark, and usually when I experience fear, my first reaction is to reach for a Werther's Original.
Okay.
But, I keep those by my Underwood typewriter.
Sure.
Not by this infernal machine. Charles Guiteau, I actually have a few artifacts for him in my store.
Wow.
I have the tongue depressor that he would always insist on using when he would go to the doctor. I have an earwax removal kit that was a favorite of his. He was very big into self-care and medicine revolving around the head, and as well as a handkerchief with the initials CG.
Wonderful. How much does that tongue depressor go for?
$27.
Wow, not bad.
plus tax. Uncle Sam has to take his cut, you know.
You know,
Don't get me started.
even when you kill a president, it's going to be taxed. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I am going to have to say, without a doubt, that the answer is Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, president in 1881.
Sure. I think you went a bit too contemporary on that one. It's not correct. The actual answer is President James A. Garfield.
Oh, you see, 'cause I was thinking Ronald Reagan. He was president in the 80s, 1880. Oh, boy. Oh,
yep,
boy.
just a century too late. That's unfortunate. So we didn't really go through the scoring. I neglected to do that. So 100 points is what everything's been worth up to this point, and it looks like no one's got any points at this juncture. So let's go ahead and move on to Dirt. Dirt, you get our next question, question 4. Let's see what you got.
I'm ready.
You're ready to rock and roll. I'm sure you are, Dirt. Kalamazoo City Hall is representative of what famous style of architecture? And I went and provided a picture of a corner of City Hall for you to reference. So what do you think, Dirt? Can you plant yourself in this one?
You know, it kind of reminds me of the initiative, the muse behind the song, Any Way You Want It. This was something that Stevie was writing for his lover at the time, which coincidentally a lot of people didn't know is Stevie Nicks. And they were talking about building a house, and she said, you know, what kind of house, what do you want it to look like? And he said, any way you want it. And then boom, they broke up because he just dated women until he got the muse, you know, got the song from them, and then he was done. It was usually one and done. And that turned out to be their biggest. I mean, I think they each made $500 bazillion on that song.
Sure.
I got a lifetime supply of Diet Dr. Pepper because of that.
Not bad.
I send Stevie a thank you note every year. Stevie Nicks, that is, because it was hers. They ended up, what was funny about the whole thing is they never built that house. So,
man,
you know,
classic Stevie.
But you know,
one of my proudest things featured in my store is a limited run of Christmas figurines, and it was an error in production. The lines got crossed between the manufacturers of Stevie Nicks ceramic figurines and Saint Nick figurines. So what resulted was a fantastic blend of Saint Nicholas and Stevie Nicks.
Wow. Well, if I had to choose between the two, it'd be a tough choice. Speaking of choices, Dirt, you got a question on the table. What do you think about City Hall? Style of architecture.
That's definitely iambic pentameter.
Oh, good guess. Good guess. That is unfortunately incorrect. Art Deco is the style, a very representative Art Deco construction on City Hall. Beautiful building if you've never been inside.
We had
right.
I worked with a guy on tour named Art Deco, actually. I should have
that's a good rock and roll name.
I should have known that. He had lots of flourishes when he wrote, and he wore a top hat.
Oh, that's classy.
Yeah,
that's good. All right. Well, we are done with 2 rounds of questions, and the score is still 0-0. So we are having a real fun time learning some new facts about Kalamazoo. It's really fun. We're going to move to some questions. Our viewers definitely have some questions for Roger and Dirt, And we'd love to get to know you guys a little bit more. So let's see. We have Sue Holler. Thanks for tuning in. Roger, what's the creepiest thing you've ever purchased at an estate sale? Ooh, that's a good question. Estate sales are notorious for just strange old family heirlooms that may mean something to somebody, but to others, they're just plain weird. What do you think, Roger?
Well, a great question from Sue. Thank you, Sue. The creepiest thing that I've ever purchased from an estate sale was a haunted Pyrex set. If you're not familiar with Pyrex, it's a highly desirable. They mainly feature bowls, and
high heat. They can take the heat.
Yeah, you can use flame under those. Yeah, we had a lot of that on the road.
Well, I'm usually very good about these sorts of things, but it was a polka dot Pyrex set, which is very desirable for anybody who knows nothing. How
did the haunting manifest itself in the Pyrex?
Well, that's the thing. I failed to notice that there was an inscription on the bottom of the Pyrex bowl that was underneath the price tag. And so I did not see that evil inscription until I came home, placed them, and the evil manifested itself.
No.
Yes, the evil manifested itself.
That is creepy.
Out of the Pyrex set, but it's so desirable that I refuse to part with it. So,
did you ever cook with it?
Yes.
How did it turn out?
It turned out great. And the thing that I have to remember is I always have to cook for +1. You know, whoever I'm cooking for, plus the Pyrex demon.
Plus the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. All right, let's see if we have another question. Looks like Ashley Woodrick's got a question. What is the craziest thing that has happened to you at a concert? This one sounds like it's going at Dirt. What's the craziest thing? I mean, there's got to be a big list. Roadies have stories. That's what I've come to find out. What do you think, Dirt?
I tell you, I think probably the craziest. And what's funny is that, you know, we're talking here in Kalamazoo, but it was actually up in Mackinac City.
Sure.
And one of the things that the guys demanded to have, it was in their rider. They had to have s'mores before the show. And so we had to get those. And we had a special taste treat from Kilwins with their special taffy.
Sure.
And the guy said, you know what we're going to do? I was telling you, we had the Pyrex too. We were heating. That's how we were making our s'mores. We were heating them up, making them in the back room. And we tried to do some deep fried Kilwins, Mackinac fudge ice cream. Oh, what a mess. I mean, it was a slide mess, uniform changes, outfit changes. So that show, all the guys went out there, no undergarments. They were borrowing things. The opening act was Jefferson Starship. So
that's a great billing. Yeah,
it was actually. I know it was great because I don't remember any of the show, but before the show, I do remember. That's when we had to pay attention.
That's pretty great. You know, Dirt, it makes me wonder, did you soil yourself?
Well,
Dirt joke. All right, we got one more question. I won't make you answer that one. All right, we've got one from Dan Proshko. What is the oldest item in your store, Roger? Oldest item. What do you think?
Well, I don't think I know.
No, it's right there.
It's right there. It is a genuine piece of mastodon dropping. That in a bizarre turn of fate is carved into a representation of Stevie Nicks.
Wow.
So the styling is relatively recent, but the material is
Well, I mean, you know how old those animals are.
Sure, I do.
So is that an acceptable answer?
That's a wonderful answer, and I just keep thinking that Dirt, you got to find your way to that store.
Yes.
I mean, with all that connection to Stevie Nicks and the rock and roll world, you gotta check that place out.
Yeah.
I feel like Stevie and Stevie should get back together.
If only.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what we got for question 5. We're gonna move on to the next round. Again, we are at 0-0, but let's see if that can change with the next question. And this one's going to Roger. In 1959, the downtown Kalamazoo Mall was the first mall of its kind in the United States. What was it that made it so unique? First of its kind.
Well, I'm not going to break precedent here. So as usual, I know this for a fact.
Okay.
What made it unique is that it was a pedestrian mall. There were no cars allowed on this mall. And if you saw a car and you could wrangle it and drag it to City Hall, they would give you 2 bits.
Wow, that was your reward for keeping it pedestrian only. Okay. Yes. Well, that's a remarkable story. That's a little fun fact I didn't know, but what you did know was correct. The first outdoor pedestrian shopping mall in 1959, and later on it was converted to what it is today, which is a one-way car traffic street in 1999.
Horrible decision.
Oh,
it was controversial.
Yeah, if I see a car still, I'll wrangle it and take it to City Hall.
Do they still give you 2 bits?
They don't, but I don't care.
Okay, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Well, Dirt, you get the final question of this round, and that is, we're changing it up a little bit. Usually it's a blurred or distorted picture, and we're going with a close-up. The following extreme close-up shows a place that is located in Kalamazoo. What is that special place? And yes, there really is a picture, and there it is. Dirt, what do you think? What's going through your mind?
Man, there are a few things going through my mind.
And I'll give you a special hint to connect it with the music world. This is a place that Harry Belafonte used to love going to when he visited our town. I don't know if that helps, but it's sure fun to know.
Well, I don't know. It looks like 2 places. I'm gonna go with it's either the ladies' library or it's the Henderson Castle.
You're sifting through a lot of bong residue to get to that memory, aren't you?
Yeah,
that's all right. So
I'm gonna go.
Those are 2 good guesses.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the ladies' library. It looks so familiar. I mean, I love books.
Yeah,
my grandma used to actually work there.
Ladies' library is a noble guess, a very noble guess. Unfortunately, you should have gone with the other, Henderson Castle. Yep. So, good guess. Henderson Castle, that wonderful structure at the top of West Main Hill. If you've never been inside, you're missing out. So hopefully,
I should have known that. We tried to play a show there once. Maybe that's why I forgot it, because it was so depressing that they didn't let us. They said we were going to do it acoustic because they couldn't handle the amps, and they just said no. Something about, they said there were some ghosts in there that were really more fans of The Who, and so they didn't like ballad bands, so they wouldn't let us.
Those are ghosts that need to be exorcised. Obviously, Journey's the superior band. So I feel your pain, man.
In my shop, I actually have the world's oldest acoustic in my shop.
Acoustic.
The sound waves. The sound waves.
Yeah.
You have
I think some letters.
Yes, I have actual sound waves.
Yeah, I bet they fetch a handsome price too.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Roger Dirt, that brings us to the final question. You guys have played and fought hard. Right now, we have Roger at 100 points, and Dirt, you are sitting at 0 points. So let's see what we can do with the final round. So let's take a look at this. We are playing a wonderful little round called Kalamazoo, Portage, and the special place that we have this week is Briny Breezes, Florida.
We played there.
Florida. You played there. Okay.
Yep.
So maybe this is your ticket to a win, Dirt. Let's see what you got. Okay.
Ready.
Kalamazoo, Portage, or Briny Breezes, Florida. Please get your marker and paper handy so that you can write down what your answer is.
Yeah.
And here's your question. Which town was used as the setting for the 2005 film In Her Shoes? In Her Shoes. That's a tough one. Kalamazoo, Portage, or Briny Breezes, Florida. And while Dirt and Roger are writing their answers, I'm going to remind everybody that you can help support Crawlspace Theatre Productions by buying gift cards on our website, crawlspacetheater.com. It's a great way to support our company while we're in this pandemic, when we're really having a hard time doing live shows. It's pretty difficult to do them. Improv comedy is such a interesting art form that it's best viewed and experienced in intimate settings. And boy, intimate settings are not real popular right now. So we are taking our break, doing the game show, and hopefully you can support us by buying gift cards. Look on our website and sign up for our email list. We may have some classes coming up soon that you might want to get in on, and more information on that to come. So I'm going to check back in with Roger and Dirt. What do you guys got answers?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I know this one for sure.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, this is exciting. And let's go with Roger first. Roger, what do you think? Kalamazoo, Portage, or Briny Breezes, Florida?
Well, as usual, Mr. Seitzma, it's not about what I think, but it's about what I know. And I know this because I actually have a special lady in the location that I'm going to give as my answer.
Well, that's wonderful. Love is so powerful, and hopefully it jogged your memory of where that place is. And what did you jot down as your answer?
Well, here it is.
We got Briny Breezes, Florida. That is correct. Briny Breezes, Florida was the town used as the setting for the 2005 film In Her Shoes, a film that I don't believe I've ever seen. And that was starring, let's see, Cameron Diaz and Toni Collette. And Shirley MacLaine makes special appearance in it. So hopefully.
Cameron,
yeah,
that's my special lady.
You dated Cameron Diaz?
Dating. Present.
Wow. Oh man. Well,
wow, that's a big reveal.
That's pretty big.
Is this isn't like live or on that internet? What is it?
The inner tubes. Yep.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's all right. No one watches.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna go on to Dirt. McGarrett. Dirt, what you got?
I also it's funny. I also knew a lady down there, which is why I knew this song, this show, this movie. And actually, it was about this was She was one of our groupies. I mean, she was with us from 77 to 79 before she retired down to Briny Breezes. But what's funny is we always said she was going to go to Florida because her name was Jupiter. We're like, they got a town for you, right?
Oh, yeah.
She wanted nothing to do with it. She wanted Briny Breezes.
Well, it's a great place to retire.
Yeah. So, but she had different shoes at every show. And her personality changed with every pair of shoes. And that's what that movie was about. You've probably noticed that, Roger, that Cameron, she's kind of like that demon spirit from your Pyrex. So ooh.
Yes.
But always exciting, always fun.
Oh, yeah. Tough to contain that spirit. That's great.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That is a great show. We've had a great time with you two. It looks like the score ends up being a whopping 400 for Roger Bingo and 300 for Dirt McGarrett. So Dirt, unfortunately, that puts you on the bottom. And you know what that means.
My whole life.
You get that special privilege of singing a verse from that Kalamazoo classic, Gallon Kalamazoo. Are you ready to belt out that great old tune? And while you do it, we know that Roger's going to be cheering you on just as he should. And I will be as well. So what verse do you think you're going to sing of that one?
I think I'm going to sing just the first one. That's probably all my throat can handle.
Hey, you bet that throat's got a lot of miles on it. So let's see what you got. Dirt, let's get muddy. Hit it.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Got a gal in Kalamazoo. I don't want to boast, but I know she's the toast of Kalamazoo. Zoo, 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 zoo.
Great job, Dirt. That was spectacular. Well, that was a great episode of Yes, There Really Is an Answer. We had a great time with Dirt and Roger, and hopefully you guys can meet up someday, maybe at Roger's awesome antique store, and Dirt, you can get some memorabilia that's going to take you back to those memories that you've been building these 30 years on the road. So that's all for us tonight, and hopefully you can support Crawlspace Theatre Productions, buying some gift cards, and can't wait to get back to live shows. But until we do, we'll see you here at Yes, There Really Is an Answer. So until next time, remember I'm going to steal this one, help control the bat population, have your bats spayed or neutered. And I'm Dan Seitzma, and we're out.
Kalamazoo, you are about to find out with some improvisation and witty banter. Have no doubt that, yes, there really is an answer. Kalamazoo.